You guys ready?
After hearing my first elk bugle, I was instantly hooked on elk hunting. And that led to me wanting to experience more and more elk hunting all across North America, which then led to me wanting to hunt the 3 different subspecies of elk in North America: the Tule Elk, the Rocky Mountain Elk, and the Roosevelt Elk. What I've learned on elk hunting is that every elk hunt is a little bit different, especially the different areas that you hunt them, and in particular, the different subspecies. Tule elk have a very small area that they call home in California. Normally it's super dry, very hot and humid, and the season starts early. On my elk hunt in 2016, going after my first Tule, that was exactly what it is. Hot, humid, and sunny. Had these bulls only moving early in the morning and late in the afternoon, but it didn't take very long for us to catch a giant bull bedded on the opposite hillside.
Jumped ranches and are on another piece here, probably about 25 miles away from the other one. It's a lot hillier, a lot more trees, a little more vegetation. Not any cows that hang on this one. The bulls are here, it's pre-rut, so we're looking for more or less individual bulls just scattered about. There's not as much grass or feedlands. So a little bit more challenging. There's a big forest fire that's going on about 30 miles from here in Big Sur, making visibility really tough with the smoke coming in. 108, 109 degrees right now. Hopefully get down to about 100 tonight before it gets dark, and then the bulls will move the last hour or so. See if we can't turn one up. We got a big bull located. Caught him first thing this morning. He was up feeding. Watching him for about a half an hour, and he's only done this little circle about 25 yards. Right now he's at just over 1,800 yards across this valley. We're looking for a way to see if we could crawl out on this finger here and get a shot. If we could, it'd be about 250, 300 yards. Such a little right. Yeah. It seems like this ranch always holds the velvet a little bit longer.
Yeah, the farther south you get, it seems they keep it a little later.
There's a gorgeous bull.
Awesome bull.
On this hunt, I had my dad with me, which always makes it special in the field. Back in 2021, I had the opportunity to buy the Rocky Mountain Elk Minister Tag in Alberta, Canada. This is a great way that Alberta uses to raise funds that 100% of it goes back into elk conservation. It was one that I couldn't pass on. This was my first time hunting elk around ag fields, which was completely different than any other elk hunt I've done in the past, to where you've been in and bugling and trying to pull them out of the thick timber. On the ag hunts, you could tell they were very weary, so they were only in those ag fields for the first couple minutes in the morning and the last couple minutes in the afternoon. Other than that, you were trying to glass them up on the field edges or in the thick timber. Well, just getting everything ready here. First morning elk hunting in Alberta. Got in late last night, was able to go out for about an hour, scout the area. Actually saw a few elk right at last light, saw a ton of deer, but nowhere in the right area. And it's pretty cool on this hunt. I actually have the minister's tag to hunt elk, which means I am able to hunt all over the province of Alberta. No specific region or anything like that, all over, and the season dates go a little bit later, which is why I'm here in mid-December. Mid-December, these elk come out of the parks and so forth, get on the agriculture field, so you can catch some pretty big bulls. It's a bunch of farmland here, which is pretty cool, so the farmers have a really good idea of what's in the area and so forth. So I know there are a couple big bulls in the area. It's just this time of year, everything's very nocturnal. They're in big groups, so they've had pressure all year long, so they're mainly in the fields eating at night. So we'll try to catch them first thing in the morning, last thing at night. If we're not successful there, try to cut some tracks, see if we can't follow them in the deep timber, and hopefully we can grind out a big bull. We know they're in the area. That's the cool thing. We know there are a couple big bulls right around us.
Yeah, those bulls are right there.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah, there's 4 of them.
Those look like the same ones from this morning. Is that narrow one?
Yeah, the wide one's in the front, Mark. Yeah, and he is broke.
Yeah.
The second bull is a narrow one. That's a good bull.
That is. He carries his mass all the way.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to feed right along the back side of that field, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're moving. They're heading to the east. They're like 600 right now.
What do you think about moving up here a little bit and seeing if we can't get on that little knob and get in front of them?
Well, the way the wind is, we should be able to get up here. You know, maybe 80, 90 yards ahead, and we'll just get a chance at them.
Okay.
Yeah, we will. Let's go.
Okay. So we got a group of bulls feeding out in the field here. We got about an hour left of daylight. We haven't seen a big one yet. But there are a couple decent ones. Hopefully that bigger bull's following behind. So what we're going to do is we're going to sneak out in this field, get set up somewhere that should be 500, 550 yard shot, just in case a bigger bull does show up. The wind where we're going is perfect. You guys got 560 on yardage? 560 on yardage? Get ready.
You guys ready? Going down. Boom! Oh, awesome. That bull came out right where he was supposed to. Awesome, buddy.
Awesome.
Great bull.
Oh,
Awesome. Oh, that is. Those were the ones from this morning too.
That's the bulls.
Yep, those are the bulls. That's awesome. It was a heck of a poke, but he looks like a heck of a bull. I can't wait to go see him. We got a little bit of light left, so we're gonna hurry over, get some video footage, take some pics before it drops here. Cool part is he's in the middle of a field, so we can get a tractor to get him out of here versus actually having to quarter him up or get him in a truck too. Look at that, look how he carries his mass. This is a heck of an Alberta bull right here. These bulls came out to feed early tonight, and this time of year, you just never know. They get so nocturnal, and what we saw so far is that they're in big groups, and they basically are out of the fields when it first starts to get light in the morning and don't come out until really late. And just got lucky, a group of 4 decided to feed out with this guy in there. And I mean, you can see the mass, he carries it all the way. Just an absolute gorgeous Alberta bull. Fortunately, I had this minister tag in Alberta, which allowed me to come late season, which missed the rut this year here, but being able to experience this hunt in the cold, late season Alberta and being able to take a bull like this is just awesome. I can't say enough about how cool these minister tags are here in Alberta, with 100% of the profits going back to big game conservation. And to being able to experience this and knowing that 100% of the money goes back to conserving big game animals here in Alberta, being elk, bighorn sheep, and mule deer. It's even cooler in the future, they're going to have antelope and moose. And 100% of that money will also go back to big game conservation, which leads to being able to go on hunts like this and experience the joy of seeing an animal like this in the wild. Is just amazing.
I was lucky enough to get a call from WTA TAGS, and they let me know that I drew one of the most coveted elk tags in the state of Nevada. And not only that, it was a rifle tag. I had less than 1% chance as a non-resident applying for this tag, but yet I drew. That's why you gotta apply. Draw that tag of a lifetime.
Of the hill all the way out. Well, first morning in Nevada here, we had a long day of travel, got into the campsite late last night, and the reason we're here because I drew one of the best elk tags that there are using WTA TAGS service. This is a 221 through 223 early rifle season elk tag. A lot of people say it's probably the best one that you can draw in Nevada, one of the top ones in all the West, and here we are. Couldn't film anything on the way in just because we got in so late. First light here this morning. We're up high on a glassing knob, kind of overlooking these meadows. We're gonna spend the first couple hours here just glassing this and then bounce, get up high on another spot and glass. But man, this is my first time hunting this part of Nevada. Just first glance, it looks awesome. Bunch of sage country, rolling hills, mountains in the background, and the land of big elk. Now I can't wait to see one of those.
right, you guys on him?
We're on.
Here we go. You go down?
He's hit, jumped, and went to the right, and I don't see him anymore.
Oh man. He came out in almost the exact same spot that he was yesterday. Just where it was, the elevation, I couldn't get high enough off the bipod, off the backpack, so had to improvise and go to the tree just to get up. I was bouncing a little bit, but shot still felt good. Man. Yep. And work it, looking for him and hook into where you shot him. Okay.
There he is.
Oh, awesome. He went straight down. Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. Sergio spotted this bull last night in the same little cove. We tried it this morning, and I think he went in the timber just before light and missed him, so our plan was to come back after him tonight, and he did the same exact thing he did yesterday, just popping out right at that last light. Thank you, Sergio.
You're welcome. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, here he is. We got him pulled out of that thick pile of brush, and this is the exact reason why you guys got to apply to tags in the West. This is a 221 through 223 elk tag in Nevada, and I've been applying for 9 years in how they do it, so I had 81 chances, as you would say, in the hat here. That's less than 1% chance of drawing as a non-resident. But yeah, I drew. That's why I encourage you, gotta check out WTA tags. That's why you gotta keep applying. You never know when you're gonna get drawn out of the hat, go on a heck of a hunt just like this. Sergio worked his tail off here and we're able to get a great bull at the end of the hunt. And this is my first time hunting Nevada. I hope I draw this tag again and get to come back.
The last one on the Rifle Elk Slam, Roosevelt Elk. Now, Roosevelt Elk actually are all the way from British Columbia down to Northern California, and I chose to hunt them in Northern California in an area that has a lot of bulls and an extremely high trophy quality.
Just getting everything set here, pulled on the ranch, hunting Northern California for Roosevelt Elk. Roosevelt Elk kind of have a range. This is their southern range. They go up to Oregon, Washington, and then BC. This particular area we're at holds some giants. Actually, the archery and rifle record bulls have both been taken off this general area. And I know that because Tim, who's guiding us here, is the one that took both of those himself. So a couple giant bulls. This is actually the third time I've hunted California for elk. The other two times were previously down south for Tule Elk. You don't think California elk hunt, they actually have some pretty good elk hunt for Tules, Rockies, and Rosies. So been looking forward to this. This is my first time Roosevelt elk hunting. You know, they've got giant bodies. They're the largest body-wise of the subspecies of elk. So looking forward to seeing my first one. What happens here is it's kind of thick. We're hunting a logging area, so we're going to go to previous logging cuts, and that's where the big groups are generally feeding. The rut's rocking and rolling right now, so if we find cows, they're going to be bulls close by. See the back. Yep. So see the just marks of the tree down the bottom of the left. There's a cow. Yeah. the tips of his horns.
He's got crowns on both sides. He's a good bull. Just to the right of those 3 cows. 200 yards.
All right, I got him. He just needs to move a little to the right.
Okay. When he clears that tree, you can take him.
Right over my right shoulder, Lee. Do you see him? Down. Down. That is awesome.
7 by 7?
Giant bull. Looked like a 7x7. Had crowns on both sides. The wind is absolutely terrible in here, so we had to stay back. Tim started calling, got bulls fired up all over. There had to be 4 different bulls in here, right? I mean, they were sounding off all over. This guy popped out of the middle of nowhere. There's still cows down there. They're not sure what happened. That is awesome. It's a giant bull. That's a giant bull. Oh, look at this bull. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. Look at that body. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that bull. Oh man. 7x7. This is my first Roosevelt that I've been next to, and the bodies are huge. Holy smokes. That is an awesome bull.
And so are the antlers in this.
Yeah. Super long beams. Holy smokes.
Gotcha.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. Good job, bud. Beautiful bull.
That is awesome.
Crowns on both sides. Look at the size of his body.
I mean, it's huge. The depth of his shoulder and his hump is crazy.
Wow.
So how many bulls do you normally take that have the crown?
Double crowns?
Yeah,
Not very often.
not many. I just walked up on the bull and he is a giant. This is my first Roosevelt that I've ever seen up close, and it's got the biggest bodied subspecies of elk, and seeing one up close, I mean, it is huge. And it's tough to tell, but from the hump down to their leg, I mean, it is full chest. And this guy's got double crowns on both sides, 7x7, just a giant bull. We were in here and Tim's got some of the best Roosevelt elk hunting that there is, hands down in California, but probably the best there is in the world. And they've got these clear cuts that the logging companies have done. So early in the morning, late at night, they come out and they feed here and they bed off in the thick trees. Rut's going full force right now, so there's a number of bulls with cows together. And we just kept going and checking clear cut, hiked up into this one and saw a cow right off the bat, and then you could hear bulls bugling and heard a deep bugle, this guy, and took a little bit, super thick in here. When I say super thick, I mean just bits and pieces. Where he was walking, he was heading down. We had swirling wind in here, had to make a kind of a quick move, but good shot till I hit him right in the shoulder. He went straight down, and just a giant Roosevelt elk in Northern California.